place real? That depends. If real is what you can feel, smell, taste, and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Pikachu, I have in my hand 2 pills. You take the blue pill, and the story ends now. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the Diglett hole goes. But be warned, dive too deep, and you may never return.
It is time. This is Infinite Investment Game. I'll talk about alternative investments and collectibles. This is not particular investment advice, but if you listen to this, you'll be a better collector. And if you want to put money in collectibles and cards or anything like that, anything, you'll be way smarter and you have more money in your pocket after you listen to me. I tell you, you have more information that you can make decisions off of, better decisions off of than most people that you listen to. I guarantee it. And please like, comment, and subscribe so we can defeat the YouTube algorithm. Also, we need to listen to this. This is very important, guys. So the big thing is we'll be gone for 6 months. I will be not making any content. I probably won't even be paying attention to what's going on in the card market, the comic book market, any of that stuff. Yeah, just gonna be busy. So just letting you guys know, and but I'll be back probably summer of next year. But I'm making a bunch of videos and put them out so people can see them and not I think there's some important things to do and show you guys. All right. So what I want to talk about is wax prices have been major declines across the hobby. And what we see here on the left, WWE. There's UFC Prism Box 2021, and then that looks like I believe that's 2020 F1 box. All right. The reason why I focus on this one, and I got this from Car Hops, the reason why this is important is because I didn't check prices now that I think about it.
You dipped, Daniel? You dipped? Why are you dipped?
It's in my closet, and it's been sitting there and losing money. They better put in the stock market at least you put some stocks. I mean, there's some certain ETFs you can get some dividends off this, man. Or you can, if you had enough money, you can put it in the real estate, and fix up a building, maybe rent it out. You know what I'm saying? And get some residual income. I mean, hell, you could put it in gold. At least it stays stagnant. Man, what? $194, $200, $242, $220, and nada. What? Let's look at UFC. UFC's actually been holding up. So UFC, the Select guy, I think Select was like $400, man. $400, $500, maybe $600. Panini Prism 2. So that's interesting. So UFC boxes seem to be holding up around $1,000, $1,200. Interesting. Let's do F1. Let's do F1. It's not Prism, it's Topps Chrome. I know. I had a video coming out of Topps Chrome as well. Yeah, so this is 2021. Wow. 200, 171. Yeah, this stuff is tanking. The Sapphire Edition. Let's do this. Okay, so it's still about $2,000. I'm pretty sure it's around $3,000. The case over $30,000. I'm pretty sure the case was Okay. First one makes sense, and the silver rocks for this one, they're still around for about 1800, 18 to 2200. Okay. That's interesting. So what a lot of people are doing here is, yeah, okay. So basically, don't understand that this is not an investment if everybody else is doing it. If you want to make money in sports cars, if you want to make money in collectibles in general, people say you got to be zigging when everybody else is zagging. What you need to do is you need to bet against the consensus because the consensus is in the price. So if people think that F1 and a good portion of people in the F1 hobby think that F1 cards will be super big in the future. And that's the consensus. It will be built into the price. The prices will be high. People be paying premiums for it. People be hoarding it, and they will not want to sell unless you're going to give them a really nice payday. Okay. So you need to bet against consensus because it's already built in the price. If it's super low and nobody thinks it'll be worth anything, people are going to sell more likely, and it's going to be super cheap. And also, cheap and expensive is very relative right now because things went up so crazy. And most of that stuff is going to go down as well. And some things people are comparing it to, it's like that stuff is way overpriced also. So you really can't be comparing it to basketball or something.
Exotic cars down, collectible cards down, NFTs down nearly 94%. Yeah, you want to go? Let's go buy a collectible card. The same Kobe Bryant card, that's one of two, that sold for $1.7 million 2 years ago, I want to say. Sold for $690,000 2 months ago. There's only two of those cards. It's his best card in the world. Only sold for $690,000, roughly $700,000. This card got a $1.7 million a year and a half ago in the last 12, 18 months. Same exact card, same, you know how we say VIN number, same exact identification, everything's the same. Sold for more than 50. Why? Why are people not doing it? I don't know. Maybe people are hoping they keep their cash because they're going to need it for other places. So when you're...
All right. The other thing is that you need to do not only bet against the consensus, you need to be right. You can bet against the consensus, be wrong. There's so many ways you can bet against the consensus and be wrong. You can do it players. You can put individual players, right? If it's WWE, hell, I could have thought, Kane or somebody, Hardcore Holly. UFC, I could have picked someone who may have not worked out. Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler.
Oh my God, bro. G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe. It could have been anything else.
That's just the thing here. Hobby boxes, modern hobby boxes are not safe because everyone knows that it can be an investment. You can throw it in your closet and it can go up in price. So everybody's going to do it. They're printing extra because there's more people in the hobby at the moment. And most of the people in the hobby to make a quick buck. They're talking about, I'm going to say this for the long term. Really what that means is they'll keep it for now unless someone is going to pay a certain price for it and they're going to sell it. That's what that means. And I mean, they're like, I'm collecting. They're just holding on to it, not trying to be judged until things turn around so they can sell it for a profit. That's what they care about. And right now, that thing is the best thing they can hold, and it could have the most upside until they can find something else that they can pawn that off and buy something else that will make them more money. That's the game people are playing. Most people are flippers. Most people are day traders, weekly traders, maybe monthly traders. Most people are that. What does this mean? Does that mean WWE won't be a collector thing? No, it's a small thing. UFC is going to be a small community. F1 is going to be a small community. Some of the top stuff may be worth stuff, but it's going to be the old vintage type stuff. You know, I mean, you want to look at Marvel cards. I mean, you want to look at baseball, football, basketball, because that's the main staples. And it's not really modern baseball, it's vintage baseball. And then you have an increase in vintage football and basketball, and also modern basketball and football. But that's the main staple of the car hobbies. Everything else is extra. Tennis, extra. NASCAR, extra. So you're going to see huge gains, but eventually you'll see huge declines. The WWE box is a great example. You're going to see huge declines. It may decline even more. Hell, wouldn't be surprised if the boxes are like $60 or $70 a piece. Even the UFC Prism, to be honest with you, I know it's the fastest growing international sport. Also soccer too, that's still on the fringe. It's not a mainstay yet. So when you're doing this, people don't understand that, like, and I really say, you know, I told you so, because I didn't tell you so. I mentioned this multiple times. The market is going to continue to go down. You know, you're not a person who said, you know, buy Zion, or the person who said buy Fox. Yeah, that makes sense when buy Zion, De'Aaron Fox when, you know, everything's going up. But everything ain't going up now. Right? I learned a lot more about the hobby, and I'm giving you much better advice. And even De'Aaron Fox, I don't even know if it's like long term for him. Zion makes more sense, but whatever. I made a lot of videos about stay away from modern, stay away from ultra modern, whatever. But yeah, people think seal wax is a long-term investment. And also it makes me think that if you're buying seal wax, everybody else is thinking it as they're going to put in their closet and save it. They're going to try to do breaking and then they'll break into it and try to gamble. When the odds are probably worse than playing the lottery. A lot of people don't realize this. And also when it comes to modern cards, especially after 1994, since 89 and later, mass produced scarcity has been a thing in the sports card market. And people don't realize this. It's been a thing in the sports card market. And it will continue to be. And this modern stuff, when things are hyping, there's a lot of demand for UFC, F1, wrestling, soccer, tennis, golf. When there's high demand for this stuff, guess what? They're going to try to meet or exceed demand. They may try to exceed demand just in case. But people don't realize this. People do not realize this. And then what's going to happen is they're going to keep this for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And most times they're trying to not do over 10 years. And they're thinking, okay, I want to make a profit off this stuff and resell it into the market. And then they sell it for pennies on the dollar. And they're like, oh, man. And the dose of reality hits them. And they realize they made the bad mistake when they could have put their money in somewhere else, made more money, and actually had more space. But people don't understand this. People just don't understand this. This is not a surprise. This is predictable. It's not some black swan event. Actually, it's a white swan event. People have been warning you, including me. And I hate to say I told you so. But this ain't it. It's going to continue to go down. Yeah, people are trying to buy seal wax to kind of pop it up and keep it up. But as the economy tightens, not just United States, but around the world, these become less and less of a priority. And if anything, vintage has the best chance. And even some of that is overpriced still. So what you think, though? Do you disagree? What evidence do you have? But this isn't a surprise. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this with as many people as possible. And yeah, a lot of people are going to get hurt some more. People think, oh, it's too late to sell. You'd be better off selling now and getting out of it and consolidating your money into something better than waiting a year or 2 years from now when things are even lower. Because there's going to be more products and more people going to be focused on that stuff than what it is right now. But yeah, peace.